Israelite Talent Show, presented by Genesis Advanced Performing Arts Society. We thank everyone for joining us today.
It's going to be a great show, full of Israelite talent, jam-packed with lots of excitement in art, spoken word, singing, and acting.
That's right. Everything that you see is original work, written, performed, and produced by Israelites. We have an amazing lineup of Israelite talent, and it comes from across the world, from the UK, from the US, also the Middle East, and here at the headquarters in Toronto.
Oh, and we forgot to introduce ourselves, sorry.
I'm Natasha, and I'm coming to you from headquarters here in Toronto.
And I'm Elder Frederick, also from the headquarters branch here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
We have a lineup that's coming to you today. Entertainment, like I said, from all over the world, even across the pond. The lineup is more or less a brief description of our history as Israelites, both past and present. We will take you down a journey when we were happy and things were great with the God of Israel to when we strayed away from the God of Israel. Now finding our way back to Him with great anticipation. I hope you enjoy what you see. Know who you are as Israelites and know where we're going moving forward.
Yes, in our first segment, we want to show you the early times, the happy times when we serve our God. And in speaking of the happy times, this takes me to this, and it's something called what I like to describe as the love of a father. Oftentimes that we do hear about the love of a mother, how it's warm and something that we always reflect on. But the scriptures tells us of the love of our Father for us. Not oftentimes do we see it, but the love of a father is something that's a little bit different. I mean, it's not any less, but it's more along the lines of a tough love. And that's the type of love that we get from the God of Israel. It's a tough, protective love, the love of a husbandman, of a farmer even, for his children. And in doing so, we have the first segment that was written by our elder Shadrach. It's entitled The Letter to My Family, and that's going to be performed by our very own, our sister Claudia.
I wrote this letter from my family, and I'd like you to listen. My dear brother, how are you doing? Is our sister there with you? Tell her I said hi. I'm writing this letter to let you know that I've reached home safely. I'm living with Dad now. He has not put on any appearance of age. He's still the way we left him so long time ago. He's still going strong. His right arm is still as strong as it used to be. He is a little lonely though, because we left him and went away. He kept on sending us messages. That's what he told me, but you never read them. I'm sure glad I did. I heard you're having a great time over there. Lots of nice things. I know how you love wine. What about that woman you told me about? The one with lots of friends who feeds you from her wine cup? Must be really nice. Here at home, the olive trees are blossoming. The palm trees have lined the streets to our father's house. And there's also a big gate. A very big gate with a guard. Do you remember when we were little and living together in Dad's big house? And strangers came and took us away and our food and burned down our kitchen? Remember when we were hungry and we went to the stranger's big house and they fed us with their food that didn't taste as good as ours, but you liked it? Oh, how I miss my father's cooking. All the fat calves, bullocks, the turtle doves, and the good wine from our own wine press. I can still hear his voice telling us how he loves us. He's building a new house, you know, for all of his sons and daughters who want to come home. And I'm helping him to build it. Even though it's hard work, I love helping Dad. Good thing is, he seems to like my help. I have others helping me too. my friends. Could you imagine all our brothers and sisters, our children, our friends, aunts and uncles all under the same roof in one place again? I can't wait to experience that spirit inside of me. Among all the stories I've heard back then was the story of the greedy dog. You see, a long time ago there was a dog who had a really big bone given to him by his master. A bone that was not really a bone. It had lots of nourishing meat on it. Meat that would keep him satisfied as long as he obeyed his master. And one day this dog was crossing over a bridge with the bone and looked into the water and thought what he saw was a bigger bone, not realizing it was the reflection of his own bone magnified by the water. He thought it was a bigger bone, so he dropped his bone and jumped into the water and came out soaked and wet without a bone. They said our family is like this dog. It is so sad when I remember all these things. I often wonder why we leave our home. We had such a protective and loving father who provided for us. A father who would lie, steal, or kill, do anything for his children. Oh, how I miss you all. I miss having all of us around the same table, wanting nothing more. I miss the green pastures where we once laid and feared no evil, because Dad was always there. Our time when our souls were restored. We were like sheep led by the greatest shepherd in the wilderness of hope. Oh, how I miss being together with my family. I'm sure Dad feels the same way too. When you receive this letter, please read it aloud to the rest of the family. With all the pain in my heart and the tears in my eyes, I'm begging all of you, please come home. Daddy needs us. All my love, your loving sister.
We were made in his image, pulled from the dirt. We're the seed of the covenant, his remnant, through good and bad. He was our shield, though we forget and turned our back, yeah, once again. How many times do we have to learn before we get it right? Slavery was our punishment, so fear your judgment. Oh, the test is here on earth to protect it and preserve all the truth of our God. Abraham, the ones to keep his statutes, laws and commandments. Oh, be brave, the road is long, this journey's for the strong, not the weak, so hold on. Oh, how many times do we have to learn before we get it right? Oh, slavery was our punishment, so fear your judgment. Oh, the test is here on earth to protect it and preserve the truth of our God. Oh, yeah. Oh, God of Israel, hear your children call. Oh, great God, hear our prayer. We pray unto thee, oh God of Israel. Keep it in our hearts, this truth we have. Oh, keep us near. We pray unto thee.
It all happened on the 6th day. It was the Most High who had to say, "Let us make man and give him a tan." So God took this humus, this really rich black soil, breathed into man's nostrils and gave him the land to toil. God told this man, "I give you dominion to name all things I swear." And so this man named all the creeping things, fish and fowl of the air. God made this man ruler of earth and Lord. But it wasn't long before this man became very bored. God examined the heart of this man he called Adam, and soon realized what this man needed was a virtuous madam. So God took this man and put him to sleep, and dug deep into his room, real deep. God took out of the man his 5th rib. Now this was all done in the spring about the time of Abib. And from that rib came a beautiful woman, all natural, no weave. When Adam saw this woman, he called her Eve. So Adam and Eve were just a chilling in the garden. Now God didn't want to interrupt, so he was sure to say, "Pardon." Adam and Eve, God said, "You may eat of all the trees wherever you go. But this tree right here in the center, why, that's a no-no." One day, Eve strolled up to that tree all in good health, when a serpent slithered down from the tree all by himself. "Psst, psst, yo, I say Eve," the serpent said. Immediately he got right into Eve's head. The serpent said, "You want a bite of this fruit? It ain't really forbidden." Eve looked at that serpent and said, "Who the hell you think you kidding? Why, if I eat that fruit, the good Lord gonna give me the boot." "Nonsense," the serpent said. "You won't get caught. A fruit from this tree will really make you smart." So Eve took of the fruit thereof, and did eat and gave to her love. And now their eyes opened wide. When God called them, they hid aside. "Adam, Adam," God called, "it is you I chose." Adam replied, "Yes, dear Lord, but I ain't got no clothes." "Why, Adam," God said, "who told you this?" "It was none other," Adam said, "than a little pretty miss." "Eve," God said, "what is this that thou hast done?" But Eve said, "Lord, me and the serpent was just trying to have some fun." Adam and Eve, God said, "I curse you this day, because you refuse to adhere and you refuse to obey. As for you, serpent," God said, "cursed be to you for giving the fruit. And now all 3 of you get the boot." So God put them out of the garden and left them to their own fate, and placed cherubims with fiery swords at the entrance of the gate. Now, unless man eats from the tree of life, he won't get back in. For death's only path is the wages of sin.
Alright, the DD. You who sit in darkness, stand up and walk up in the strength of the darkness. Don't even be sitting markets behind closed doors and worship the markets. I put the light on the mountain and open up the gates to the fountain. My God will destroy the Leviathan and burn down the synagogue of Satan. I come from the holy mountain where the wood was on fire, but the wood was not burning. The valley of the dry bones of Oaken, the saints with the token has spoken. 2019, team. That's what we're heading into. 2019.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the ice-pot mountains, from whence cometh my help, and a cold breeze to dry wet glances. My help cometh from the Lord which made heaven and earth, who molded human form from body temperature mud and scooped up holes into our faces, who created the ground we run on in summer mornings and the ground we crunch our feet through in winter afternoons, who created the sun and the breeze and the cold. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. My mother told me in dark, brisk whispers, as she whispered in a whispering tone, Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. My mother slept in the cold and kept me in it with her. She taught me to keep my feet in the cold. Cold like water, like breath caught in air, cold like ice pops and frozen drops, like snow kept white and solid and genuine. It made her stronger. It made her unrelenting as the winds that are fast freezing dry. She slept next to me and dreamt a dream that she was dreaming. In her dream she came to a red door of a house, sat down on red rugs and screamed out of her red lungs. She spat blood on floorboards like tears, tasting like copper, tasting like nickels. And she woke up to the cold and felt slow cigarette drags of air across her face, smooth, cooling, calming, cold. The Lord is thy keeper. My mother showed me the shade that is his right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by warm summertime day, nor the moon by brisk night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy human soul. The Lord shall preserve thee in calming waters, like cooling off sweat from shoulders and hands, and smoothing out the brown of my chin. The Lord shall preserve me. My mother tucked me under her chin, and as she sang, her breath fogged and cooled my skin.
Meet Maurice, who's bored at home, only until his I See Me book box arrives in the mail. Quite excited, Maurice immediately opens it and begins to read. Reading the beautiful, inspirational stories of people who look like him, Maurice leaps beyond his imagination and sees himself as an explorer, an innovator, and the hero of his own life. His fantasy becomes real, and unseen forces begin to weave into form. With books full of color, motion, and adventure, Maurice sees his potential grow as he goes from page to page. Want to experience the same joy as Maurice? Get your I See Me book box subscription today.
Christopher Porter Digital Solutions, your professional web design and online marketing specialist. Get your free consultation. Contact chris.porter@gmail.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Porter Solutions. Christopher-Porter.com.
For joining us again. We're back from the first segment, when things were great as we served our God. Now let's take a look at when we turned away and strayed from the God of Israel.
That's right, Natasha. This was a time when we decided not only to serve other gods, but we decided not to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. In this segment, we have artists from our Toronto location, our head office here, and from the Atlanta branch, showcasing the downfall of our people.
You know, Elder Freddie, this is such an emotional topic for our people.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone is viewing publicly and you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to us and leave a comment in the section below.
That'd probably take him.
Black people, you need to wake up. There is no chance where you are right now. You are in a dungeon. So wake up, get up. This is a message for the black man. If he doesn't understand this, he's gonna continue to break in the most important commandment ever. The first one, thou shalt have no other God before me.
Tell him, behold, the man with the rod, they must have forgot. Me and my child, the chosen of God, they must have forgot. I got the murder, smoking the pot, they must have forgot. I got the borders, the gold and the rocks, so they must have forgot. Heavy in chains and belly of ships, they must cut a niche. Keep your fake God, fake die, trickers, now I don't need you. Had to break off from my name call, told me come out to eat you. Feeling like the return of the prodigal son, you can love it or not. They must have forgot, came to summon the flock. Growing tired of the yoke of iron, had to bust up the lock. Got the myrrh, got the frankincense, I got a shuffle the pot. Ain't concerned with all the latest trends, I get my love from the top. Got the greatest of gods, my keeper, my father, my rock and my fortress. These are the living and not of the dead, they can rock with the corpses. If truth shall I hear, so whom shall I fear when evil approaches? The precious of stones, I got them embroidered, different assortments, don't look gorgeous. Telling me, behold, the man with the rod, they must have forgot. Me and my child, the chosen of God, they must have forgot. I got the murder, smoking the pot, they must have forgot. I got the borders, the gold and the rocks, so they must have forgot. Heavy in chains and belly of ships, they must cut a niche. Keep your fake God, fake die, trickers, now I don't need you. Had to break off from my name call, told me come out to eat you. Feeling like the return of the prodigal son, you can love it or not. See, y'all got a shortness of memory. I was robbed of my gold in the treasury. I was beaten and thrown in the cemetery. I was afflicted for 4 of your centuries. I was stripped to my home and identity. Always feeling my soul was in jeopardy. I was lost in the maze, my God and my faith, replaced by your popes and your Gregories. Trying to show me supremacy, showing me I was inferior when they addressing me. They were plotting the rectory, yeah, they conspired to enter me. Now that I'm fired up, I got the energy. I got no love for the enemy. Damn who you sending me. Y'all better change your trajectory. Y'all better not try to censor me. I am no regular entity. Me, I'm the son of the Most High. We got close ties, check the profile. I was chosen. I don't want no signs of no bold lies and no pork grinds and no bogus. I came from Moses, why does that open? I got the word that never was broken. I got the token, feel like Josiah. I got the scrolls and put them in motion. All of the laws is written, serving a God of living. Gotta withstand all the evil against me. This feeling like Armageddon. Wishing them algorithms, claiming they is or they not authentic. They want me ended and finished, but I am the remnant that liveth. Telling me, behold, the man with the rod, they must have forgot. Me and my child, the chosen of God, they must have forgot. I got the murder, smoking the pot, they must have forgot. I got the borders, the gold and the rocks, so they must have forgot. Heavy in chains and belly of ships, they must cut a niche. Keep your fake God, fake die, trickers, now I don't need you. Had to break off from my name call, told me come out to eat you. Feeling like the return of the prodigal son, you can love it or not.
African Americans built this nation. We built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that, okay? I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right?
Do you remember the day they took us away? Do you remember? Do you remember the night? How we put up such a fight, but they still snuffed our light. Do you remember? Do you remember black bodies pressed and pinched? The foul and terrible stench. The Dutch, Spaniards, English, and French. And the infamous Willie Lynch. Do you remember? Do you remember the ship and the long punishing trip? Flesh off our bones ripped at the crack of the whip. Do you remember? Do you remember our loved one's last kiss and the iron that cut deep into our wrists? And oh, how we prayed and wished as the schools of hungry fish followed us off into the mist. Do you remember? Do you remember the cause and the reason we broke the laws? Hold up, wait a minute, pause. Do you remember? Do you remember the hour They took all our power and how it made us sour. Do you remember? Do you remember the song and how everyone sang along while we wondered what went wrong? Do you remember? Do you remember being alone and how your spirit moaned? Your heart turned to stone as you longed for a day to atone. Do you remember? Do you remember deep, deep down how we regretted losing our crown, our hands and feet bound, our mothers and fathers drowned as we landed in Fort Monroe town? Do you remember? Do you remember not long after we docked how we were sold on the block? Time stood still, no clock, as our enemies mocked. Do you remember? Do you remember the blood, sweat, tears, and mud? Renamed our black male stud. Do you remember? Do you remember the unforgiving cross in a land so far lost, paying the 400-year cost? Do you remember? Do you remember the year 1619 here? Oh, how we shook in fear while nobody seemed to care. Do you remember? Do you remember the day they took us away? Do you remember?
Jehu. Before my forefathers stepped on dry land, and the moms and the kids, they was crying. Firstborn sons, they was dying. If y'all ain't stepping up, well then I am. That's what Moses said, cause he's sick of the crying. Marks on our backs from the whips, they been flying. No one to right these wrongs, that's why I'm writing. My family roughed up so long that we lost our diamonds. Yeah, see I was raised in the pain. Shackles on my wrist, but I was chained in the brain. Born with love, but was raised in the hate. Shackled down the chains, used as bait. My forefathers, they was down and out. My father freedom, without a doubt. How can I forget? He's the greatest God. My people were in bars longer than the Reagan laws. I pray to the Most High for better days. I say, before my forefathers stepped on dry land, see Pharaoh, his heart, it was hard, and he was gonna kill off all of my brethren. But Moses caught God, and God caught his squadron. Oh, trust me, I was raised in it. Brother against brother, this that Cain sinning. We got something to lose, and we all winning. We got the spirit of truth, and we all living. You can't fit in my shoes, and you can't wear my linen. I got God on my side, I'm made in his image. Jesus, Joshua is my lineage. You can't cross us like a line of scrimmage. We got women that's stronger than the ox. We got fire in our hearts that shine brighter than a star. Yeah, that shine brighter than a star. Yeah, that shine brighter. Yo, I'm down for whatever. Anything goes. We've been on the winning side since the days of old. Yeah, and I ain't breaking that code. Nah, I ain't breaking that. Yo, I'm from A-Town, that's Atlanta. To all my brethren, I say Hosanna. To all my brethren, I say Hosanna. We rep A-Town, that's Atlanta. I got my brother Cam behind that camera. And it's the A-Town, we rep Atlanta. Jehu, yeah.
If I have offended you, have mercy on me. Lord, I am just flesh and bones, have mercy on me. Please, oh Lord, forgive me, have mercy on me. If you think I'm worthy, have mercy on me. As a sinner, it's hard to see the error of my ways, but with your guidance, I'm beginning to turn another page. I'm restless in my own skin. I will not comfort within until I know that I show you how sorry that I am. If I have offended you, have mercy on me. Lord, I am just flesh and bones, have mercy on me. Please, oh Lord, forgive me, have mercy on me. If you think I'm worthy, have mercy on me. I spoke against my brethren and told many lies, and turned around and hugged them and gave them a smile. But now I see that what I was doing was not right. But I heard you delivered them and turned and confessed their sins. So as I'm on my face, let your grace wash away the filth I'm in. If I have offended you, have mercy on me. Lord, I am just flesh and bones, have mercy on me. Please, oh Lord, forgive me, have mercy on me. If you think I'm worthy, have mercy on me. If I have offended you, have mercy on me. Lord, I am just flesh and bones, have mercy on me. Please, oh Lord, forgive me, have mercy on me. If you think I'm worthy, have mercy on me. Thank you.
Now we will take a short break and feature some of our Israelite sponsors.
Please stay tuned for our reflection segment.
Inspiring us to greatness. Wear your faith and be proud to be you. Shop online at smileactivations.com, where scriptures meets fashion. Shop now.
Thank you all for returning. We hope you enjoyed the first two segments. The first segment, when times were good, when we served the God of Israel. And the second segment, when we strayed away from the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.
Thank you, Natasha. How can you know where you're going without knowing the journey from where you came from? And that takes us to our third segment, the reflection.
In this segment, we have artistic expressions of that reflect from the brethren in Toronto, Atlanta, and in the UK.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the segment.
God of our forefathers, known of old, many Many stories have been told. You came 10,000 with your saints that caused us all to faint. On Mount Sinai, lightning crash, thunder roar. We cried, Lord, mercy, have on our soul. There was no place to hide. With our supplications, we prayed and we cried, lifting up our hands towards the sky, making an appeal to the Most High. Father, be with us, lest we forget. With our heads and our knees bowed, we vowed. We heard your voice beyond the cloud. We were in awe at the giving of your law, yet we managed to forget to pay our outstanding debt. Father, be with us yet. No, we truly regret returning to ignorance and to shame. Oh, the pain for defiling your holy name. Once again, we look towards the sky with tears and sorrowful eye, begging for your helping hand to ease us from the enemy's demand. Set us on straight and narrow path, lest we perish on your fiery path. Father, spare us yet. We truly regret all the complaining and every vain word. Have mercy on your people, Lord, lest we forget, lest we forget, lest we forget.
Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie. Over 400 years, my people been here. They need someone to lead them, cause they still searching for freedom. It's hard for some folk to believe, and hard for them to conceive that we the people in the book, and I know that has a lot of folks shook. Our father Abraham was called, why, he was the one our God chose. So everybody scratch where they don't itch and act as if nobody knows. Our God swore unto Isaac, and the same unto Jacob too. So I'm sorry, Ishmael, Esau, but you ain't part of the crew. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie. What a remarkable story that our Father chose us, and now we're His glory, a holy priesthood unto the world. A precious stone, even a pearl. He gave us the breath to live, so we ought to give Him the praise for the new moons, the Sabbath, and holy days. I want to thank God for my elder, for when my life was in a cellar and on the edge, he sat me down and taught me the pledge. It took me a while to wake up, but now I believe in the God of AI and Jacob. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie. No two opposing spirits can occupy the same space at the same time. So I thank God for the spirit of truth. Now I'm going to let my light shine. We need to remember that our God is King. So make a joyful noise and let the whole world sing. Why, we are the apple of His eye, and we're going to serve Him long after we die. My God chose me from the bottom of the barrel. So what the heck I look like singing a Christmas carol? No disrespect, but I just want the people to know, lest they forget and never grow. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie. Yes, we know all about Adam. God made him from the soil. His skin was black and rich like oil. But your skin tone alone don't make you righteous. Remember Paul's friend, the Gentile Titus? People say silly things like they don't have a beard, but haven't they heard of Joseph who shaved himself clean? Perhaps they should read Genesis 41:14. It's our time now, 401 in the present. We survived old and new Egypt and 40 years in the desert. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie. Our Israelite women are leaders, so what's the grudge? Haven't you heard of Deborah the prophetess and Israelite judge? And Samuel, I'm so glad Hannah had you, 'cause man, you turned out to be more than you could ever ask. And what about Anna? God-fearing like Hannah, heaven sent like manna, but I don't know if they can understand her, 'cause some folk just banana. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie. We are the people in the book, so we don't look like the scorner on the street corner, trying to be a warner with all that drama when they need to be calmer. Thank God for the new moon, 6 sunsets till the Sabbath, a solemn feast day. We practice it like a habit. Now we moving and grooving, freedom, we getting closer, but the people still confused like Sammy Sosa. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie. Love before truth, that's insanity. Net worth in place of self-worth, that's vanity. Cultural integration has weakened the spirit, but the people don't want to hear it. We got the candlestick, you got the cross. We got the truth, you got loss. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie. And some of you need to stop with this Hebrew and agree to leave the teaching to the real Jew who has the power to free you. The truth is out the cage. It's our time to take the stage. It don't matter the age. Somebody, won't you raise your hands to heaven and thank God for day 7? Children of Jacob, it's time to wake up and leave the false gods alone and stick to your own and stop trying to be grown. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. It's a terrible thing to die, believing in the lie.
Peace, brethren, and hello to our viewing guests. My name is Angel Starks, and I'm from the Atlanta, Georgia area. I'm a member of the Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries, and I'm very excited today to be able to share a poem that I wrote to give as my gift to the Israelite Nation's talent show. I titled it, My Humble Perspective. What if I told you you have been complicit to the biggest deception of all? Why do you think this world is on its downward fall? Locusts, droughts, fires, and pestilence? Is what I'm saying to you making any sense? If I'm of this world and this world is me, why is it that in this world I can see the truth hidden in the world's biggest lie, the Christ who came and the man that had to die, the nation that was lost in the history of us, my forefathers full of vanity and prideful lust? The high off their privilege has blinded them from true reality, serving their gods on a stolen land in philosophy, whipping the backs of the Creator's jewels, closing their eyes to pray in their sinful pews. I'm a Gentile, born in the flesh. Am I given redemption? Why is it so foreign to others? This book is not fiction. I ask, why should I look to your God to worship and praise? The world gives me white privilege. That's how I was raised. I worship the sun and the great whore Babylon, but because I see the truth, I know what side I should be on. This book you read on Sundays, taught to you by the pastor, the book they used to make the slaves call the white man master, this is your book and your history. We are living out the days of your prophecies. They have no real understanding. They just pick and choose. They stand with the ones that call themselves Jews. Lucifer's children, the synagogue of Satan, the ones high up, those are the ones that divide us and hate us. They do the works of their gods so they can keep the power. They're getting restless, though. They're feeling it's close to that hour. They'll shoot you in the streets and lock up your fathers. They eat up the flesh of your haughty daughters. Jacob's been praying to the gods that have oppressed him. He looks at his people. There is no light left in them. He gives away his talents in exchange for the evil spirits. His fame gives him fortune, but his people are in the deep pits. Come out of her, my people. He said it so clear. Open your eyes to see and your ears to hear. Yes, you are Israel, the man, not the land. Let the nation cry out and just take hold of their hand. They will teach you the ways of your God, yes, our Creator. You'll be the world's light, the rock, and the redeemers. 400 years has taken your whole identity, but turn back to your God. He will give you complete serenity. Please hear my words and meditate on what I say. The God of your fathers just wants you to obey. He's your God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Stop the insanity or you're never going to make it. Wake up.
When I call upon the Lord, He will answer every time, every time. And when I call upon His name, I will always see the signs, see His signs. It's like a stoplight red, and I will be aware, be aware, be aware, be aware. Every time them dirty bad mind, dirty bad looks, dirty bad crooks, send the ups, them a what we like. As we pass through the street life, tell them they go punk, them better act right. Send the park or the park tight. Slap a little punk if him not talk right. Blast this punk like Fortnite. Blood start flowing like ketchup on a dark night. Call upon the Lord, He will answer every time, every time. And when I call upon His name, I will always see the signs, see His signs. It's like a stoplight red, and I will be aware, be aware, be aware, be aware. Me tell them dirty bad mind, dirty bad looks, dirty bad crooks, send the ups, them a what we like. Darkness, hotness, but we put it on lock. We not fight fear, but we always fight back. Conquering lion when we under attack. When we are flash, we are the cream and the crap. When we pass through like what's the Israelite forces, we rise to the top. Salute the general, we got the bright green light. It a shine like an emerald, man a moon. Black panther, animal, Hannibal. Vicious like a cannibal, carnival. Man get lost in me parable.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ!
You're white!
You're black!
How did I become white?
I didn't know you're black!
Your hair, it's stringy.
Your hair's like wool!
Have you ever read Revelation 1:14? Hair is like wool?
No.
Feet like unto fine brass, as if it was burned in a furnace?
Where's that?
It's Revelation 1:15.
Really?
You ever walked on water?
No. Who walks on water, man? I mean, you did?
Yes, of course. It made me famous.
That's in Revelation.
No, Matthew.
Oh, Matthew, the cab driver.
No, man. Matthew, one of the 12 apostles.
You need some lotion on your feet, buddy.
I'm pure. It's a black thing.
Pure or being ashy?
Look, man, I've walked far. No car, no horse, but I did ride a donkey that one time.
If you're Jesus, then who am I?
You're the image of Caesar Borgia. Your picture's on everyone's wall. Hey, people are waking up to the truth now.
All those years, people believed in me.
I'm the old G. I'm awakening people to the truth of who I am. I'm from the black family, the family known as the Israelites.
Great-grandfather Abraham?
Yes, Abraham, from ancient Sumer.
Let me see that again.
Where is Egypt located?
Middle East.
No, Africa. You know Paul?
Paul who?
Paul, whose name was Saul.
Yeah, man, that's my bro.
He was mistaken as an Egyptian.
Paul's black?
We're going to take another short break featuring our Israelite sponsors. Please stay tuned for our restoration segment.
In her image, the beauty within. Your stylist, Natasha, for all your personal hairstyling and barber needs. Whether it be for weddings and special occasions, maybe for New Year's, or for a feast, just for extensions, braids, or even for a photo shoot. Cuts and styles, contact Inner Image.
Welcome back to the fourth and final segment. So Elder Freddie, we went through the great times, to the downfall, and then to the reflection, and now we are in the restoration.
Yes, that's right, Natasha. This journey reflects the time that we are in right now. We are taking that journey together, whether from the United Kingdom, the United States, the Middle East, or here in Canada. Our people have been spread throughout the four corners of the earth. But now this is our time, as Israelites, to move as one family, one nation, in one accord, serving the one true and living God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.
In this last segment, you will see the restoration of our people. We are princes, we are leaders, we are the chosen people of the God of Israel.
Yes, enjoy this last segment. It is about you, it is for you, it is for us. We'll be watching this segment with you. See you in a few minutes.
Listen to your history and listen well. Do you know the story that the Bible tells? Because of disobedience and stubbornness too, we lost the land our fathers once knew. We were not satisfied with our own. We didn't care about being our father's precious stones. We wanted what the other nations had. Read it in the Bible. It's so sad. Our punishment was always the same. And because of that, we are the blame. Enslavement, culture forgotten, don't know who we are in this land of rice, tobacco, and cotton. But the truth and light is here. If you're interested, come lend your ear. There is a new dawn, new light, and hope. There is a chance for us to break this rope. In this we will find our way and see the dawn of a new day, to learn and live the law and truly cry freedom forevermore.
We have a spiritual problem, and no politician and by no physical means can we solve that problem. If our problem is a spiritual one, then the solution must be a spiritual one, and that's where I get on.
Every knee shall bow, every eye shall see the clouds. Every hand shall raise, every face shall touch the ground. Every knee shall bow, every eye shall see the clouds. Every hand shall raise, every face shall touch the ground. Let it touch the ground. Let it touch the ground. Let it touch the ground. Yeah. And my eyes shall see where others they would be blind, showing the way, not of the dead. And my eyes shall see where others they would be blind, showing the way, not of the dead. And every knee shall bow, every eye shall see the clouds. Every hand shall raise, every face shall touch the ground. Every knee shall bow, every eye shall see the clouds. Every hand shall raise, every face shall touch the ground. Let it touch the ground. Let it touch the ground. Let it touch the ground. And these lips shall sing praises to his holy name. Oh, what a good feeling. Praises to his name.
Hope you guys had a good summer?
Yeah!
That's so great because I have a special surprise for you.
What is it?
A pop quiz.
It's the first day.
Settle down. The quiz is going to be on religious studies. So open your books. Please pay attention to what I have to say because the quiz will be based on what I say. Do not go off of your own imaginations or understandings like some people. Okay, so before we get started, I need a coffee. So I will be right back.
Why are you even in this class? Aren't you like 50? Yeah.
Listen, I write the right answers on the test, teacher fails me. I disagree with everything she teaches us about religious studies.
What do you mean?
You understand me older.
That's what everybody says.
Richie on the beats.
I heard they looking for some answers, welcome see me then. When it comes to talking doctrine, I'm a genius. See, I got laws and I got statutes, I got incense in the pot. Heal the sick and clean the lepers, now they busting down my spot. Whoa, whoa. Me at the descent from the scepter. Please come correct when you enter. Looking for truth out the wreck, yeah. No, I ain't really with the extras. Trying to take a hold of mine, never mind. Gotta reapply the pressure. Gotta visit my protector. I'll be happy to connect, yeah. Correct. 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 Yeah. Israelite, yes. Give me respect. Run me the check. Stop right there for around my neck. Look, I hopped up out the water, do my 40 days. Yeah, honor to the Father, I will surely praise. Yeah, keep the laws, commandments, and the holy days. Yeah, I heard them talking, tell them get their story straight. Yeah, hypocrites, listen, really, I ain't feeling it. Ain't partaking in the wickedness. I was told it in Leviticus. Always gotta keep it diligent, cause me, I'm in the world, but I ain't fitting it. Israelite, I'm moving militant. Let me show you what the business is. Looking for some answers, welcome see me then. When it comes to talking doctrine, I'm a genius. See, I got laws and I got statutes. statues, I got incense in the pot. Heal the sick and clean the lepers, now they busting down my spot. Whoa. Me, I descend from the scepter. Please come correct when you enter. Looking for truth out the wreck, yeah. No, I ain't really with the extras. Trying to take a hold of mine, never mind. Gotta reapply the pressure. Gotta visit my protector. I'll be happy to connect, yeah. Correct. 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 Yeah. Israelite, yes. Give me respect. Run me the check. Yeah, they feel on my neck. Israelite, yes, know that I'm blessed. What you expect, ain't nothing less, cause my God is the best. He's of the living and not of the dead. Not of the dead, got it correct. Cause where that proceeded, there's water and bread. He got any lead if I follow the steps. And showeth me wisdom like Solomon said. Pour it upon me, purge the folly. Water the seed and see that I grow. Serving is holy, even in the morning. Need it deep inside of my soul. Israelite child, chosen and privileged. Talk all the Jews, all I'm hearing is gibberish. Showing me Christ, but I'm sorry, don't picture it. Brims on a fire, and all of your women just said I pull up with them banners. Whoa, better check your manners. Whoa, remember Agag and Samuel. Whoa, walking the coast of the Lord of the host. Yeah, I told you before that I looking for some answers. Welcome, see me there. When it comes to talking doctrine, I'm a genius. See, I got laws and I got statutes. I got incense in the pot. Heal the sick and clean the lepers. Now they busting down my spot. Whoa. See, I'm from Moses and the prophets, to whom pertaineth the adoption.
Sorry.
Trying to take a hold of mine, never mind, gotta reapply pressure. Gotta visit my protector. I'll be happy to connect you. Let's go.
I was wondering if maybe you'd like to go to the beach and maybe get a coffee after or something, if that's alright.
This is going to be such an exciting day. I hope you enjoy it. I think you will.
Oh yeah, Macho Man Roberto Rodriguez. Oh yeah. Woo.
So many hearts that have been broken, so many words that have been spoken, so many lives that hang on a thread, so many fires on a burning bed, so many mouths this world must feed, so many people with its dying need, so many arms with no one to hold, so many stories that never been told. We gotta make love live today. We gotta make love live and stay. We gotta tear this hatred apart. We gotta make love live in our hearts. How many wars must a soldier fight? How would he know who's wrong or right? How many mothers gotta shed a tear? Will a child return? That is our fear. We gotta make love live today. We gotta make love live and stay. We gotta tear this hatred apart. We gotta make love live in our heart. Reach out and touch a hand. Reach out and help a friend. Reach out to understand. Reach out. Reach out. So many hearts that have been broken, so many words that have been spoken. We gotta make love live today. We gotta make love live and stay. We gotta tear this hatred apart. We gotta make love live in our hearts. We gotta make
learn, make love, live and stay. We gotta tear this hatred apart. We gotta make love live in our heart. We gotta let love live in our heart.
I'm blessed. If you don't believe that I'm blessed, take a look at me and see I'm blessed. I praise the Most High. I serve till I die. No word of a lie. I'm blessed. If you don't believe that I'm blessed, take a look at me and see I'm blessed. I praise the Most High. I serve till I die. No word of a lie.
So blessed to be the people, the church without the steeple. We don't worship dead in altars. Never throw in the towel, God of Israel in our corners. Smashing the devil with a hammer, Bible is our power.
I'm having dreams like now, nightmares like wow. Gun went plow, bullet missed me like how.
Israelites the match, Christ is the fire. The King of Israel ain't nobody higher than the God I serve. You deserve to observe the laws written for your cause. Your faith needs work, work hard, the saints applaud. Some born poor, some born very lucky, but I'm born blessed with riches, I'm very happy.
I'm blessed. If you don't believe that I'm blessed, take a look at me and see I'm blessed. I praise the Most High. I serve till I die. No word of a lie. I'm blessed. If you don't believe that I'm blessed, take a look at me and see I'm blessed. I praise the Most High. I serve till I die. No word of a lie. I'm blessed. Look at me, what don't you see? It's not that I don't have the finer things, it's vanity. I'd rather be enriched with much more than diamond rings, 'cause I know that in the end I can take it with me. I don't even know what's new in the store next door. I just opened up my eyes and I'm thankful for the truth you gave me. Keys to eternity. I'm blessed. If you don't believe that I'm blessed, take a look at me and see I'm blessed. I praise the Most High. I serve till I die. No word of a lie. I'm blessed. If you don't believe that I'm blessed, take a look at me and see I'm blessed. I praise the Most High. I serve till I die. No word of a lie. I'm blessed. If you don't believe that I'm blessed, take a look at me and see I'm blessed. I praise the Most High. I serve till I die. No word of a lie.
The sun comes up when the sun goes down. The earth never stops, it goes round and round. That's how it is in life. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes like it should, sometimes it's sad. But don't give up when the lights are dim. You gotta play to win. Don't give up when the chips are down. You gotta turn it around. But don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. You spoil your face for your brother man. Give him all you got, he won't understand. That's how it is in life.
Tell a man that stole my land, this time is whoa, whoa, whoa. Tell a man that stole my name, this time is whoa, whoa, whoa. Tell a man that with my backs, this time is whoa, 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 whoa. Don't think to try me, let me remind thee. Like my father David, no uncircumcised boy, them can't defy we.
I know that you fear that Israel is here. Your end is so near.
I've been hung on a tree, burnt on the cross and stripped of my God. My God is a warlord, your God's a dead dog, you need to fall back. You destroyed my people with the shrines with all them high steeples. I got more with me and they ride on horses and they stuff out evil.
I cried for 400 years, you laughed at me. And for 400 years, you took advantage of me. Now look at the mountains, we've got you surrounded. The riders on the chariots of fire's coming.
Tell a man that stole my land, this time is whoa, whoa, whoa. Tell a man that stole my name, this time is whoa, whoa, whoa. Tell a man that with my backs, this time is whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm ready to fight back.
My sword is swinging, I don't care if you fight back. My candle's burning, you don't wanna be around when I call my God, cause that won't go well. You're gonna bow that knee and plead to my king, the God of Israel. I got the bow of a hunter, I got the soul of a fighter. I got 10,000 saints coming with that brimstone and fire. Let my God arise and his enemies scatter and those that hate him flee. Drive them away, melt them like wax, hail the Almighty.
I cried for 400 years and you laughed at me. And for 400 years you took advantage of me.
Now look at the mountains, we've got you surrounded. The riders on the chariots of fire's coming. Tell a man that stole my land, this time is whoa, whoa, whoa. Tell a man that stole my name, this time is whoa, whoa, whoa. Tell a man that with my backs, this time is whoa, 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 whoa.
We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So put on the whole armor of the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Our time is coming.
Tell a man that stole my land, this time is whoa, whoa. Tell a man that stole my name, this time is whoa, whoa. Tell a man that with my backs, this time is whoa, 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 whoa.
I am an Israelite soldier in the army of the God of Israel. Christ is my general. Elder Shadrach, my commanding officer. The priesthood, his majors. The Holy Bible is my code of conduct. Faith, prayer, and the Word of God are my weapons of this warfare. I have been taught by Elder Shadrach and the priesthood, trained through experience by the Holy Spirit and priest. Tried by adversity and tested by fire, I have been drafted into the Israelite army, and I am enlisted for eternity. I will either retire here in my God's army or die in the Lord of Hosts army. But I will not get out, sell out, be talked out, or pushed out.
Welcome back, everyone. It's been amazing. It's been a blast.
This has been a fantastic show. I'm blown away by the talent we had.
Yes, thank you to everyone who worked so hard to make the show a success.
Yes, on behalf of GAPAs, we would like to thank our Elder Shadrach Porter, the Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries, for allowing us to showcase the elite talent of the Israelite nation.
Yes, thank you to everyone who contributed to the show, both behind the scenes and on camera. We would like to close off the show with the most captivating voices that you will ever hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce to you the Chosen Remnant.
Good afternoon, everyone. You know, there is no greater joy that we can express as the children of God, the children of the living God, that to show forth our thanks and our love and our praise for Him. Now, we're going to sing a few songs to our God, and I hope that you will join us today. This next song is about the story of who we are. As a matter of fact, it was our elder Shadrach who first wrote this song to express our story as a people, taking us from what we were all those years ago to what we are today. Join me please here in the Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries. Throw some thumbs up, throw some fire symbols up, throw some sevens. Give thanks and praise to our Father, who is the greatest God that there is. Peace. And may you always serve our Father. Let's give Him some praise, everyone.
spirits to deliver me. He sent the angel of death for my enemies. Now I can see the rays of my head and worship Him. He called He called to raise up my head. know that He is also very merciful. Our God is truly merciful. If I cry unto my God in my distress, He will answer my prayers. When I know He's always there, when I'm afraid or in pain, I'm never alone. From the seat of His throne, He will comfort my soul. When I'm feeling like I'm just not worthy, I remind myself that the God of Israel chose me. My God chose me. Who am I to question He who made heaven and earth? Who am I to judge when my soul is everywhere? My God is merciful. My God is merciful. My God is merciful in every single way. Every single way. My God is merciful. Oh, my God is merciful in every single way. When I fall on my face, tears rolling down, the angels are there, capturing my tears. Then they bring them in vows for sweet incense to go before His throne in my Father's home. Having faith in God is so easy, but my confidence in me is sometimes weak. Then I remind myself just what I need to hear. I'm a saint and I'm anointed for the reason how to hear. My God's merciful. My God's merciful in every single way. My God is merciful. My God in every single way. He is so merciful. My God, my God, in every single way. Hear your children call. Hear your children call for you. Oh God of Israel, hear your children call. Great God, hear our prayer. We pray unto Thee, O God of Israel. Keep it in our hearts, this truth we have. Oh, keep us near. We pray unto Thee. We were made in This image, pulled from the dirt, where the seed of the covenant is remnant through good and bad. He was a shield, though we forget, and turned our back yet once again. Whoa, how many times do we have to learn before we get it right? Slavery was a punishment, so fear your judgment.